It's real breakfast hours. Eat breakfast if you up. Today's breakfast is... Well, not this time.
Welcome back.
To Real Breakfast Hours. Season 2?
Season 2? Maybe.
Time for a change, I think.
We're kind of resetting, if you will.
We've been gone for a while.
A little holiday hiatus, if you will.
Our last episode was post-Halloween, and now this one is pre-Christmas.
Yep.
So, it's been a bit.
It's been a bit. New icon or logo from your sister. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She provided that to us, which is very nice. I kind of forgot because it's been so long.
It's been so long, yeah. So really, we're starting fresh.
Yeah, which means we have a few things to address. For starters, a very old, tattered list of breakfasts here, which I have a nice 5 breakfast lead from our very dedicated viewers. And I'm very grateful to announce that I win Season 1 of Real Breakfast. Get some lens flares, some
It's actually just like the raining filter. It's like...
Oh, I was celebrating your suffering.
Yeah.
But we're gonna restart. We're gonna erase all these. Hurts my little heart. But I guess I'll put like a little tick mark next to my name or something that will indicate that I have won previously.
Yes. So, since it's been so long, it would take a whole episode to tell you everything that happened in that time frame. So we're gonna kind of rapid fire. What have we been up to? Okay, after Halloween, it was November, and November was full of tests for me, which is why we didn't have any filming there. I had like 2 weekends where I had tests on Mondays, both weekends. Then it was Thanksgiving. So we were planning on maybe filming then, but then we didn't. And then I had
This happened a lot lately. It's a lot of, we should film. And then we get up to something and just don't.
Yeah, and then I had another test, and so now it's just time. It's time. We could have probably last weekend, but we didn't again. So we're
it's
starting
December 11th now, so it's actually a Monday.
Thanksgiving was good.
Thanksgiving was awesome because for the first time, her parents came down from where they live, which is several hours away from my parents, and we all had Thanksgiving together, which is really great. She's been at my family's Thanksgivings a few times now, but her parents were never able to come. Your parents have met my parents before a few times, but never the rest of my family. And now that's not true anymore, which is really great, and that made me very happy.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good time.
Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves. The food was good as usual.
Yeah, it was real good. Let's see. Oh, saved our neighbors from certain towns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a hero, okay? It was like 3 a.m. on a Friday night.
No. Okay, I got this. 2 a.m. Saturday night. But my test, no, because we got to bed at like 3, so it was 2:15. It was around 2. 2 a.m. We're on the couch. He's playing games, I assume. I'm studying for my dermatology exam that was on Monday. We're already up past when we should be realistically. We should have been in bed, but we weren't. We're on the couch. We're just, doing our own thing. All of a sudden, a beeping occurs throughout the house.
The smoke alarm starts going off.
But like in a way that is not a typical smoke alarm sound. Like, it did not sound... I feel like our smoke alarm has gone off before and it didn't sound like that. You know what I mean?
I didn't think about that. That's not something that I am.
To me, I was thinking about that. Or maybe I'm just used to the one at my parents' house, but it did not sound like that. So I was very confused.
We weren't cooking. There was no fire.
Yeah.
So I was like,
So we're both like...
what's going on?
Going up and down the stairs. I'm checking out the oven and the stove to make sure I didn't accidentally leave a burner on or something, It's still going on. Trying to hit the little button to get it to stop, and it would for like a little bit, and then it would come back on, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
We have 2 like boxes that they plugged in to in some of our walls that
have a number on them, like a reader.
Carbon monoxide things. So the one up here, I said, I don't know, maybe it's like that is something is happening with that. the one up here said 0.
Right.
I was like, that's how it is, normal. So I like unplugged that one in case that was causing it, and then I went downstairs to go check, and lo and behold, there was a number on the one downstairs.
At which point you came up to get me, right? Because I was probably upstairs trying to turn off the other alarm. And maybe I had asked you to turn the one off downstairs if it was going off. But so I turned the heat off because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe the heat has something to do with it. Let me turn it off just in case. So you came up and you're like, oh, you should go look at that thing. I went down there and I think you said it was reading a higher number, but by the time I got down there, it was reading over 60, which I believe is parts per million. You don't need to be a chemist for this next part. It should be reading 0 for starters. And anything above 40 is dangerous to lethal. So, reading 60 or more is bad. So I'm like, we got carbon monoxide.
And it was like 140 or something when I had first seen it. And then it was like slowly going down, I think, after you turned off the heat. But
yeah, probably. So we turned off the heat, and I told her, get a jacket on and go sit in the car. I'm gonna call 911. So,
and a little bit less eloquently than that, because we were both kind of like, we've never had this happen before, what's going on?
Yeah.
We're like looking up online, like, what do we do? We're like, I think we called 911 when the carbon monoxide things went off, but we're like checking to make sure. So.
Right, because it's like 2:30 in the morning. I've never had to do this before. I'm, panicking a little bit, but as calmly as I can, get your stuff, get in the car.
Get the cat.
Get the cat. We can't leave him inside. That stuff's not safe to breathe. We have to leave the building. So, called the cops, or 911, I suppose. Fire truck came eventually. They talked to me for a second. They went inside. They checked the place out. At that point, the number had dropped a little bit, but it was definitely still reading like 20 or 30 or something like that. So, enough that, yes, it was probably coming from your heat or something. But since you turned it off, it's dropping, but it's still there and we can detect it, so we know that like what you're telling to us is true. So he opened up the windows in the basement and turned everything off, the heat, the hot water. And then he said, do you know your neighbors? Because you guys have a shared crawl space and it might be getting into their building as well. Also, he mentioned that it was only in the basement. It wasn't upstairs, it wasn't on the ground floor, it was only in the basement, which... is good. That stuff is heavy, it falls, so it makes sense that it would just kind of stay in the basement. And, obviously there's a basement door. It's just sort of sealed in. But now he has to bang on the neighbor's door at almost 3 o'clock in the morning. And we're waiting in the car. Or you were in the car, I was outside sort of leaning against it because I was talking to the firefighter. Eventually, our neighbor, a woman, steps out and the firefighter has to go inside and... Their basement is reading the exact same number that ours was. So he has to turn off their heat and hot water. And leaves, tells us it's okay to go back inside. We're reading 0 now. Call your landlord in the morning. And, eventually everything got all sorted out when our landlord got involved. And we're good now. Heat's back on. Water's back on. But maybe 2 days later, maybe just the next day, I think it was Monday, because that happened on Saturday.
Yeah, it was
night.
Saturday. They came to address it with us. They brought
Sunday, space
heaters. And then he was like, oh, yours is actually fine. Hi, bud. You want to be
Scoop
my
him.
story?
Yes. So our landlord tightened up our stuff, checked everything. He said, I really don't know what went wrong. Yours looks fine. And he let us turn it back on, and we haven't had any problems since.
Yeah.
But then on Monday morning, I'm clearing ice off my car to go to work. The neighbor woman steps outside and she says, hey, thank you for calling the police. We were asleep. Our alarm didn't go off. We just wouldn't have known had you not done that. And our heat and hot water are still off because the landlord found something wrong with ours. Which tells me that it was probably their stuff causing it.
And because ours are connected, especially by the crawl space, because it's like a duplex, so that means it was getting into ours, and somehow ours went off and theirs didn't.
Well, I think it's because they installed those boxes after we moved in, and they've been there longer than us, so maybe they just don't have them. So it didn't set their alarms off. And the monoxide started going down when I turned our heat off, yes, but also when we opened the windows down there. So, like, it probably drained out or whatever through our windows. But yeah, she was like...
And it kind of kicks on and off, so maybe
Right.
the timing just worked out that theirs had, like, been on, stuff's not going good, and then by the time we were like, it had kicked off, and then stuff was going down, I don't know.
Yeah, like, it seems a little weird maybe that theirs number wouldn't have been higher by the time the firefighter checked, but, like, theirs was the damaged heat, right? Not ours. So, bottom line is, they might have inhaled carbon monoxide had we not been up playing video games.
And studying for med school exams.
And had batteries in our detectors.
So, it was kind of crazy.
It's pretty wacky.
We are back.
After that brief intermission.
And if you have noticed, we're doing more wings.
We got some wings.
So last time, we had 6 flavors from Buffalo Wild Wings to do a Hot One style challenge. We're doing it again, but we got all new flavors.
You might want to save some of those for after you've had a few wings.
I know. He says that he steals one from me. Okay. So, I'm asking the first question, right?
Yes. And we're going to start with the cooler wings and move up.
Yes. And let's see, does this say what sauces we got? It doesn't.
It says it on the front.
I know, but the limited one doesn't have a name, so I can't remember what it was. It was like Gardner's sauce or something.
Yeah. It was like, it's the sauce like 3 times.
Yeah, I know, it's like, so we got that one, but that's in the middle. So these are the lighter ones. So first, we're going to start with the mild, I think. Oh, mild and then teriyaki were the 2, right? They're in separate things, actually.
Yeah, so there's mild, and then teriyaki is number 2.
And then the sauce
Is number
and the
3.
Caribbean jerk. And then...
I'll turn these towards us so that we don't lose track.
Okay, yeah.
And we got
hot and wild. So let's start with the mild.
Which,
like that?
astute viewers will notice these are all different flavors than the last time we did this.
Yes. So we're doing mild.
Mild first. Should be pretty simple, pretty easy. Tame.
And I gotta ask you a question.
Yes, so lay it on me.
The first question is, do you have any superstitions?
Well, not like strong ones. First of all, that's good. It's detectably spicy.
Like, I don't believe that this is mild. This is hot.
Well, she's in for a rough ride.
Oh, no.
I believe in sort of breathing things into existence, which is why people who know me well know that I play my cards very close to my chest. I don't tell people things until they're, like, bearing fruit. I'm a very firm believer in don't count your chickens before they hatch. Don't tell too many people a secret because it'll get worse somehow. That type of stuff. Like, if I knew I was going to buy a new car, I probably wouldn't tell anybody until I already had the new car. It's that type of thing.
Okay. Now that I had more, it's, like, not that bad. But, like, when you're going from not having anything spicy to this, you're like, go ahead, it's got a little kick already. But it's okay. It's not that bad. It doesn't, like, hang around too long. So.
Oh, it's mild.
Yeah. I feel like I'm someone who gets really excited about things, so I have a hard time not sharing with people. But I have, like, learned to a little bit with you because I'm kind of like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Like, maybe I don't want to spoil it before or, like, jinx it kind of thing.
Especially because if I was like getting married and I told everybody and then something happened, I would feel like a fool. And it extends to everything else too.
Well, that's kind of not how that works, though. You have to send out invites when you're getting married.
Yes, but
or maybe
closer to the
engage it, like if you're planning on like proposing, you wouldn't want to tell people.
When you're already engaged, it's different.
Yeah. It's like, what if she says no when you try?
Yeah, all that type of stuff. Anyway.
Are you worried about me saying no?
Not really. Can't say that I am. All right. Next.
I ask you enough during the day.
Yes, she harasses me. We'll be laying in bed and she's like, are we getting married? And I'm like, someday. Hopefully.
Wait, we're just bringing the thing over here, or I guess grab me one.
Oh,
I
yeah.
want the
You want a flat?
Yeah. I think it's easier.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Next up, we got teriyaki.
Yeah. Yeah, a little sip of
Bit of a
milk.
more Asian flavor. Probably not as hot.
Yeah, I feel like this will be less spicy than the mild, so maybe we should start with this one. But I was really expecting the mild to, like, not really have any heat.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, you're silly if you thought it's a mild hot wing.
Okay, alright, well, like, I don't expect the sweet barbecue wings to be spicy, you know?
Right, because there's a barbecue wing. What's a Christmas tradition that you do with your family and or used to do and wish you still did?
Oh, this is kind of good. Sorry, I'm just enjoying the flavors. Well, a newer one, actually, that I like, I feel like when I was already kind of older, my parents would started having games for us at, like, our Christmas Eve party, which has kind of dwindled down into not a Christmas Eve party. We used to have my dad's family come. Now no one really comes, so it's just us. But we, like, still do stuff. Like, we'll put
Hello, Mr. Roy.
we put a puzzle together now. He wants some cheese and sauce.
Can I give him a lick?
I don't think he can have that.
Mr. Roy, there's too many spices in here. 11 herbs. It's not for you.
So, you know the, like, saran wrap ball where you have to roll dice and the person after...
Our viewers don't know what that is.
Okay. Well, there's this saran wrap, like, ball game where you put a bunch of little, like, treats and things. Like, the center of it is, like, I don't know, a $10 or $20 bill, or maybe more if you're rich, but... And then in the layers of saran wrap, you just build up this ball of saran wrap, but you put in, like, candy or little toys for kids or, like, things like that are, like, small and don't cost a lot of money. And so whoever starts with it, right, you have to, like, try and unwrap it as fast as you can, and the person next to you is rolling 2 dice, and if they get, like, snake eyes kind of thing, right, like, if they get 2 of the same kind, the dice.
You have to stop, right?
You have to stop, and then they take it, and then it goes around the circle. And you just do that until you get to the center, and then whoever, like, whatever you want, whatever falls out while you're doing that, you get. But anyways, like, that kind of stuff is something we didn't do when I was, like, super young. It's actually, like, more of a new thing, but I think it's really fun. I like that game.
It is fun. Something that we sort of do. It was, again, something that I don't really believe we did until I was at least in high school. But we've had they're plates. They're special Christmas plates that only come out on Christmas. And they've got each of the reindeer on them. And everybody picks one because everybody's got a favorite reindeer. And my favorite reindeer is Blitzen. Big Blitzen guy here. And yeah, everybody gets one with a different reindeer. We sit down, we have a nice, lovely Christmas dinner. Usually something a little more on the fancy side. Like a roast or something along those lines. It's only happened a few times, but it's been delicious every single time. And my mom, this year, she sounded like she was bummed that it wasn't going to pan out that way because my grandmother asked if we could go over for dinner that night. And we're going to. But I am going to try to talk to my mom about, well, maybe we can do it the next day. Because I really want to use those plates. We only get the one chance a year. I understand it is going to be a little different this time, but come on, I need to see Blitzen, right?
Well, that was delicious. That was not spicy at all.
I was thinking about having another one, but I'll leave them for you because these are also our dinner.
Yeah.
I figure I'll leave some of the less spicy ones for her.
So should we? Oh. Sauce or the Caribbean jerk next?
Let's do Caribbean jerk. Actually, you know what? Sauce, then jerk.
Yeah.
Because the last two are hot and wild. Safe to assume that the Caribbean jerk was probably going to be another one of them, like, Asian style ones, or Caribbean style, I guess, in this case. Excuse me.
He really said the Caribbean jerk is going to be an Asian style.
I misspoke. I more meant that it's not going to be spicy.
Are you kidding me? Have you ever had jerk chicken? It's a little spicy.
Not as spicy as whatever this is, probably.
I don't know. I feel like this will be less spicy, so I think we should start with
Look at that nice sauce covering.
It's got a good
sauce.
Yeah. Oh, I'm excited. Well, I don't know. Maybe I should say. This had it's called sauce. That has no description of what you're about to get into, you know?
Bad boy. Everything's lathered.
Yeah. So, let me see what my question was for you. I had, a few. So now I gotta pick one. Okay, this one's also not that hard, but these kind of don't affect you anyways. So, I feel like we've really been getting into some different, media this year, you know? You've read a lot of things, we've played a lot of games.
My throat was tickling. I think I inhaled some of the sauce on this one, but...
Do you need a second?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, lots of new stuff. So, what was your favorite movie we saw this year?
These ones do have a little kick to them. Plus, my throat. My eyes are turning up a little bit. But, honestly, what movies did we see this year? I feel like we saw a good number of them.
Oh, no.
I absolutely love going to the movie theater. One of my favorite things to do is to go to the movies. You're getting clobbered, aren't you?
At first, I was like, oh, it's so tasty. And then it hit. Like,
It's really good flavor.
The heat on this one takes a second. And now I'm suffering, but it's a really good flavor.
Yes, it is. Those are great. Good spice level. Definitely, like, spicy. Really good flavor. I don't know. The most recent movie that we've seen that I loved was the new Godzilla -1. I have sung that movie's praise nonstop the last, like, 3 days. To anybody that will listen, I'm on the roof. I'm from the rafters. I'm on the hilltops. Go see Godzilla -1. It is a foreign film. It is Japanese, as I'm sure you're aware. Godzilla is. Though Hollywood has had a lot of Godzilla movies lately. This is not one of those. This is a traditional Godzilla movie. He's a force of nature, evil monster that just wants to smash up Tokyo because it's in his way. And by God, does he smash up that city. And it's really good. I loved it, every second of it. Another movie that was really good this year. What else did we see? Did we see anything thought-provoking? We wanted to go see Napoleon, but then I heard a bunch of reviews that they made him like a sad soy boy who, like, isn't charismatic, basically stumbles into success. And then there was an interview with the director. Is it Christopher Nolan? I don't remember, but the director told people to piss off when they were asking him about historical accuracy. And then he said that he wasn't making a historically accurate movie, he was making a good film. And I'm like, bro, it's about one of the biggest historical figures in the modern era. Like, what do you mean? So,
like, that is such a delicious wang. But it is hot, especially after. It's like really when you take the first bite, all you get is how good it is. But then the heat really comes for you.
I'm gonna love eating those after we're done recording.
I think I'll even have another one.
Very good. I can see why they're listed as a fan favorite on the website.
Yeah.
Those are very good. But yeah, so I wanted to see Napoleon. I spent all year looking forward to Napoleon. Then it came out, and everybody said, if you're looking for historical representation of Napoleon Bonaparte, this is not the movie for you. So we didn't go.
No. We saw Barbie. That was good.
Barbie was great. I was Ken for Halloween.
And he was so funny.
I loved him. I hope he gets Best Supporting Actor.
You really liked, you liked Bowser in the Super Mario Bros. movie.
Jack Black's Bowser was awesome. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 was very good.
Oh my god, I totally forgot that was this year. It was really good, yeah.
Yeah, so that was really good. That's probably the best Marvel movie since Endgame, I think.
For sure.
It's very, very good. What about you?
Maybe The Balance of Songbirds and Snakes. I loved it so much.
At least that's like your recent movie.
That's like my recent... That and Barbie were what I was waiting for all year. You know? Those were my movies that I was like, I need to see these this year. I was so excited. I was like... And they mattered... Like, they were so important to me that they were ones that I was like, I need to see it the night it's, like, premieres. I'm
glad we didn't see Napoleon the night it premiered, because I was feeling that way about it. But then it just kind of didn't work out. And now... I'm gonna wait until it's on streaming.
Yeah. So, those were probably my top two. And I'm glad because I was, sometimes you get worried it's not going to live up to your expectations. Mm-hmm. But honestly, those both were, like, beyond what I could have, like, even imagined. You know what I mean? They were so good.
Yes, they were both very good films.
Okay. So now we go on to the Caribbean Jerk.
On to the Caribbean Jerk. And it's my turn to ask you a question.
Ask me a question.
Cleanse your palate with some milk before we get into this.
But I will again.
Get the corners of your mouths.
Oh, I'm sure it's messy.
I meant with the milk, so the corners of your mouth aren't spicy. The Caribbean Jerk has definitely got more like pepper and stuff on it. I'm not sure if you can see that with the camera there. Probably not.
I definitely can't.
We'll see if I can get a little closer, but you can see it's just a different style of wing than the teriyaki. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this bad boy.
This one is like full of drums. Or,
flats.
Sorry.
Okay, this is the teriyaki wing.
No, this is Caribbean jerky.
I'm sorry, it was right next to the teriyaki
Yes.
wing. The last word that I read was probably teriyaki.
Okay.
Okay. What's something that you miss a lot about undergrad? Back at the University of Maine. Go Blue.
Go blue. Oh. I literally miss every part of it. I miss... Oh. Oh my god. It was like not spicy at all, and then it's in the back of the throat. Sorry. I loved the community. I loved living on campus and getting to live on campus. That made it really easy. I liked how big the campus was. So even though sometimes it was stressful that I had to like walk 10 minutes from my dorm to my class, I feel like it made me get a little exercise more than I do right now. Like even when I wasn't trying to, you know. I loved the events they put on. I loved the opportunities. I loved my friends. I loved being in a sorority. I loved that there was theater that you could get into. Again, like all the different groups and events they put on and things you could do. Like it just was really incredible. And I miss it every day, all the time. Like if I think about UMaine, I miss it. I miss the games. Well, mostly just the hockey games, but
We'd go to a couple of football games, like once or twice a year. But we would almost, I don't want to say regularly, but somewhat semi-regularly go to the hockey games.
yeah. So I just really, I really miss it, and it was just so good. And there's like a good flavor, but it's really spicy.
It, would you say it's more or less spicy than the last one?
I think more.
It,
I'm in pain.
It's really around like the edges of my mouth. It's not really quite on my tongue. It's like the insides of my lips, the tip of my tongue. Like I'm front loaded.
It's front loaded, but it started in the throat. Like it's like really here and then like my throat. It's like multiple places. Oh, I need another.
It's good.
It was like it had a good flavor, but that one I would not have another.
I like the last one more though.
I liked the last one more, and it was a little bit less. Like, I don't think I could have another one of that, even though it was tasty. I would definitely have another of the sauce.
The wing or fry.
I'm like crying.
Yeah, I miss pretty much everything you said about UMaine, and it's a lot of those things still exist. You can go for walks, you can go to the theater, you can go to a hockey game, but it costs money. It's time, like walking to and from classes versus working all day and then coming home and going and getting as much walking in as you would have.
And I like
and the
classes.
Yeah, and learning is fun.
And like learning in med school is just there's so much that it's not as fun. Often.
You're gonna want to save the rest of those for the last hot wings. It's like college is not for everybody, but it was very much for us.
It was so much for me, and really like I feel like I would have known that because I just love to learn, and
Structure is good.
Yeah, I like structure, but I also like having some flexibility and getting to pick what you're learning, at least as much as you can. Like, obviously, there are some required courses, but there's also, at least in my major, there was I could take kind of a lot of, like, I had a lot of choices, and I had time for electives and things if I wanted.
I had a lot less of that.
Yeah, because yours was more intensive. Like, if I could, I think I would just go to school forever. I just like it.
I heard about a guy who...
Maybe not forever, but...
He's like a Native American or something, and basically it works out in such a way that he gets paid to just be a full-time student. Like, his room and board and his food are, like, covered, and all he does is go to class.
I wish that was me.
All the time. And, like, he has a wife and stuff, and that's just, like, his job, is that he just goes to class. I don't know how that worked out. I don't remember the details of the story, but that's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay,
We'll do hot next, wild last.
Ugh.
Well, these are the killers. They actually look very similar. Probably because they're hot.
I'm, like, scared because
These
that
ones.
Caribbean jerk just like killed me.
So they actually just look like meaner mild wings, which is pretty much exactly what they are.
Yeah, like I have hope in my heart that this would be like not as bad as the Caribbean jerk. I don't know why I think that, but I'm choosing to tell myself that because my mouth is still on fire. I mean, I've been sipping milk, like I'm almost done.
Right, I'm asking, do you want me to get you some more?
Oh, yeah.
The Caribbean jerk is very peppery.
Yeah.
That's why it's in the throat and why it's on the corners of my mouth. It's not like hot sauce hot, it's peppery. Okay.
So here's my question.
These are the hot wings.
Okay. Well, these are kind of two because I don't know how much you want to like. One of these you might not want to answer as much. So it's like two.
Go on.
So the first part is like, what is your biggest red flag like in a person? Like if you saw someone and you learned something about them, like what would be the biggest red flag? Not necessarily like girl or guy, just like in a person, you know?
Inability to consider other perspectives. The inability to, like, if you're a Republican and you just don't even listen to blue people, and the opposite, which, at least in my life, I feel like I see a little bit more. If you're somebody who feels so strongly that you're right, but won't hear the other side of the argument, that's a killer for me.
Oh my god.
I like to argue. I like to learn, I like to know things. And by God, I love to be right. But I want to talk about it with other people so that we can be right together. I'll be the first to admit when I'm wrong if I feel that I'm wrong, you know? And the only way to get there is like talk to people who can try to prove you wrong. And so living in an echo chamber and doing it willingly, I hate. And these are pretty hot.
I'm dying. Okay, so the second part of the question is if you've ever met one of my friends and like instantly been like, I don't like this person, or after talking to them for a while been like, I don't like them. Obviously you don't have to say names.
I don't really think so. I feel like I don't know any of your friends super well, and the ones that I do are good people. And I certainly don't talk politics with your random sorority sisters. So, no, your friends are nice.
Oh yeah, could be spicy.
Speaking of spicy, how are the wings?
I'm literally dying.
How are you picking it apart like that? Just bite it.
I don't like the gross bits.
It's a wing. Those are hot. Those are definitely hot. I'm coping a bit better than she is. The rim on my mouth, like my lips, on fire. Tolerably hot though. Like
What do you mean tolerably hot?
Like I'm hanging in there.
I feel like this is worse than any of the other ones last. I feel like this is worse than the blazings.
Definitely not. My nose is running a little bit though. That's how you know they're hot.
Oh no. No.
Don't eat any more of those. You're gonna need them all. What's a big red flag for you?
Like, I don't even know. I can't even think right now. It's like I want to just leave my tongue in this cup because, like, when the milk is on it, it feels better. But then as soon as you swallow it, it's kind of gone. I mean, it lingers a little bit, but then it comes back. I feel like I have a lot, but I feel like people who are like mean and mean in circumstances that don't warrant being mean. Like if you're mean to your server or whatever, or like, I don't know. Some people are just haters, or being a know-it-all. Because I am the only one that's allowed to be a know-it-all. Just
see. Yeah, that's fair.
It's a very specific know-it-all. It's like know-it-all who won't admit when they're wrong.
Or no, yeah. I hate.
Which is what makes you a know-it-all, in my opinion. Is like, yes, you can like know a lot of things, but if you're like so sure that you know everything, that when someone else is like, no, that's not true, you just like won't listen to them. Like I hate that. That's literally the people who weren't really my friends freshman year of undergrad, but like I was kind of forced to be in their friend group by circumstances. There was like 2 in that group that were know-it-alls, and we were literally talking about something related to psychology, which was my major. And even though I don't think I'd picked my major yet at that point, I still like knew this stuff, and I was in like Psych 100, and these were just like biomedical engineering people, and they were like, oh yeah, this, and I was like, that's not what that is, and they're like, no, it is, and I said, it's really not.
Nobody knows more about psychology than a first-year girl in undergrad who's taking a psych course.
And yeah, I did. Well, I certainly knew more than them because they were literally saying the wrong thing.
It's time.
I'm so scared.
Time for these wild wings. We're gonna get them out of the way. They're starting to cool off, so you gotta get them while they're still warm.
Yeah. I've never drank so much milk. I mean, I did last time, I think, but I don't like these. Oh, look how they look.
Got the sauce on my fingers and give that a little lick.
No. Oh. You're not even gonna be able to ask me the question. You're gonna be
Get ready for your bite.
I'm so scared. I have fear.
Once it's in your mouth, I'm gonna ask you a question.
I have fear in my heart. I don't know where the best spot to take a bite is right
Wherever it's got a bunch of sauce.
now. My mouth still hurts from the last one. Okay, ready?
Go ahead. What is your favorite young adult novel series and why?
You already know the answer.
Yes, but I figure it's something that you could talk a lot about while your mouth hurts.
My favorite. Oh no! Oh, it hit my. Oh! My favorite. It's on my soft palate, bro. It's like. My favorite young adult series is The Hunger Games. And it's because it's a masterful piece of work, and everyone who just lumps it in with other young adult works like Divergent and Twilight is doing it a huge disservice. And by the way, I only see people doing that who haven't actually read the series, your sister. Because if you had read it, you would understand how much better it is than any other young adult series that, like, got big at that time.
Well, you have to see why they get lumped together, right? Female protagonist, something of a love triangle, you know.
But, like, when you read it, it's like, there's, like, a tiny bit of a love triangle, but honestly, so much of it is... I don't want to take another bite.
You gotta finish the wing. Winning.
Are you, like, not bothered?
I haven't even had any milk yet for this one. It's hot. My mouth hurts. But I'm not doing what you're doing.
It's so bad. I can't even express to you how good that series is and how much it's so good. It's like, it really is a master class in young adult novels and also dystopian fiction.
I'm gonna have another one.
She's such a good author. And it's so good. I feel like my tongue's gonna fall off.
It's pretty hot. I just had a second one, and that one was loaded with sauce.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't handle this. This is awful. I'm out of milk.
Oh, here, have some of mine. I'll get you some more.
Just suffice to say, it's a very good commentary also. And it's just very good. And she's a very good writer. And I enjoy it all. And And I can't even, like, articulate it well because I'm in pain.
I have one of these silly sauce wings.
Ugh. Okay. Should we sign off and then eat dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
God, my mouth hurts now. Thank you guys for watching. We're suffering just a little bit, some more than others. I think we gotta clean up a little and have actual dinner.
Thank you for watching.
Send us your breakfast for season 2, baby. We're starting the counter from 0.
If there's anything you want to see us review or do or anything, let us know.
We haven't forgotten about your scented candles.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a while, but we will not forget.
We will get to it, I promise.
Yeah, let us know. Thank you for watching.
Subscribe. Send us your breakfast. Bye.